The explosion site is being treated as a crime scene, and we've learned police are questioning a man in custody. TV 1055's Tony Aiello continues our coverage live from the Kingsbridge section of the Bronx. Tony?
Alice, we are a block west of the explosion site. The NYPD has brought in light towers to illuminate the scene and to help with evidence collection. A source tells me it is painstaking work and it could last until Saturday. The closing of streets here in Kingsbridge is a hassle for neighbors, but they are very well aware of the terrible loss suffered by the FDNY, and they're keeping things in perspective.
Boom. What an explosion. I couldn't believe it.
It shook the neighborhood and exposed the secret on the second floor. You can see what looks like large marijuana plants inside what's left of 304 West 234th Street. Neighbors say a stream of tenants, including college kids, moved in and out.
I knew that it was constantly changing, and I never knew who was going to be living in that house.
Police have a man in custody. They believe he was a front man renting the second floor, which served as an elaborate indoor pot farm. The man fled the scene as firefighters showed up to investigate the odor of gas. The sudden explosion sent tons of brick and rubble into the sky. Several cars were significantly damaged. Some of the flying debris struck and killed Chief Fahey, sparking a tense call for help.
We got a man down, firefighter down. Bad shape.
A firefighter standing 5 feet from Chief Fahey was unhurt, but several others, some cops and some Con Ed workers, were injured. There's anger in the neighborhood that illegal activity put residents and first responders at risk.
I think it's horrible. I think it's so damn selfish of all these people that do this stuff and blow up.
Put others at risk.
And others at risk, and innocent people who are trying to do their job.
It's devastating because isn't this like the first time that a firefighter's gotten killed in like 2 years? It's scary, and it just goes to show you that these people are running in and we're running out.
Well into the night, evidence teams picked through the rubble and bagged every scrap that looked to be of value to build a case that this tragedy is also a crime.
NYPD Commissioner O'Neill told reporters today that they received a tip about drug operations in that house a couple of weeks ago, but that investigation was still in the preliminary phase. The police and other investigators are looking at every possibility as a source for the blast, including whether there was an illegal utility hookup in the apartment to support the drug-growing operations. Tomorrow, the FDNY will bring in a ladder truck to help investigators access the rubble on the second floor. An explosives expert is also coming up from Washington, D.C. to help with the investigation. Live in the Kingsbridge section of the Bronx, Tony Aiello, TV 1055.
So awful. Tony, thank you. And stay with TV 1055 for continuing coverage of the deadly house explosion. We'll have the latest information as the city prepares to pay tribute to Battalion Chief Michael Fahey.